How to speak with an Irish accent. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? One more time. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? Right, I've got it. Well, hello there my friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Scott Reproject, or should I say, top of the morning to you my little leprechauns. It's that time of year again, St. Patrick's Day, when everybody dons a green hat and an orange beard and proclaims they are an Irishman for the day. Oh, what a cliche, what a cliche. I do apologise, my Irish friends over the water, especially one man. The video we have got today, we are going to be making a classical, traditional Dublin Coddle. Now, I was going to go over to Ireland and visit a friend and his family, and we were going to stand in his kitchen and make this great dish which has been made since the 1700s, but due to work schedules and the SRP, I couldn't make it, but he has kindly offered to make one for us, and he has videoed it for us. Now this dish, it's not fancy food, it's not about what it looks like, this is not claiming to be Michelin starred. This is one of those dishes, traditional dishes, like a lot of these peasant dishes. Think of the pizza, think of coq au vin. It's about what you had there and then, what you've got around you and how it tastes. And this has got the taste in absolute spades. It's an absolute cracker. So, without further ado, I am going to hand you over to my main man, Mark Rooney. Now, bearing in mind, I couldn't get over to the west of Ireland, so there's no lighting, he hasn't got no microphones, no nothing, but bless him, he's done this video for us, so enjoy it. And with him being a Dubliner living in the west of Ireland, you may need subtitles with his accent, but we'll see how we go along with it. Anyway, without further ado, here he is. Remember, this is rock and roll, baby. In fact, it's sham rock and roll. See what I did there?
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that introduction. Thank you very much indeed. You're very welcome here to the west of Ireland, to a Dublin man in the west of Ireland. I enjoyed that music, the fiddly-diddly, and the subtitles. I mean, yeah, you know, this stereotypical view that the world over has of the Irish people and the paddy factory, it's not true at all. I mean, it really, excuse me a moment, isn't true. Fiddly-diddly potatoes. Okay, messing aside. No, we're good pals with our friends over in the UK, and I'm sorry, Scott, you couldn't be here to make this today. I know we had great plans, but maybe next time or later in the year we'll do something else. But no, in your absence, with my GoPro on a selfie stick in my kitchen, I will try and do it justice and make a coddle for you guys for the SRP for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, coddle is a quintessentially Irish dish. It's a quintessentially Dublin dish. You know, it really is. And there's different variations of it. Like every good recipe, it's born out of necessity. It's from back in the day when there was large families in tenements in Dublin and there was very little food to go around. How did you make it stretch? Well, you took what you had, your few rashers, your few sausages, you added it with potatoes to make it spread, which were plentiful, plenty of water, and you made a big stew. And that was the origin, like every good recipe, like pizza in Italy, you know, how do you make food spread, your leftovers, you put it out over dough and bread and you cook it and you have a meal, you know. So it's not a very attractive dish. People don't like the idea of pale boiled sausages. They don't look the best, but they're fantastic. My wife for 20 years has been trying to get me to add kidney to the coddle, because her granddad used to add kidney and a lot of cigarette ashes. He was cooking it, but no, I'm going to stick to the very, very quintessential traditional recipe. Now, there are very, very, very many different ones out there. None are wrong. Every family has their own twist. I mean, Luke Kelly, the Dubliner, the brilliant musician, the folk musician who died a number of years ago, I believe his wake, his funeral went on for 3 or 5 days, and they cooked 20 different variations of coddle at his funeral. And if you're to believe the folklore, there was black coddle made with Guinness, there was coddle made with heroin, there was all types of coddle, but we'll stick to the traditional one here. for the SRP for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, you know, us Irish, we box way above our weight for a small little country like we are. And, you know, St. Patrick's Day, you'll see the Eiffel Tower lit up, you'll see parades in New York, you'll see the Sydney Opera House all green. And, you know, we're a small country, 4.5 million people, yet there's 80 million people worldwide who claim to be Irish. So that says a lot in itself, you know. But listen, we get on, I'll show you the ingredients, we'll put it together. It's very straightforward, very simple. With regard to measurements and quantities and fluid ounces, it's, you know, your own judgment really. I'll show you my variation. Try and ask an Irish mammy how many fluid ounces of water goes into that coddle, or how many pounds of bacon. You don't feck off, get out of the second kitchen and busy, you know. So anyway, we get on that introduction. Really, that was great, Scott. Thanks very much for that. No, but the Irish love the English. We've had a turbulent history, but we're good old pals. They're our closest neighbours, and we love them. We just like to see them getting beaten in things like rugby and war. But anyway, never mind. St. Patrick's Day, here we go. Okay, so onto the ingredients and cooking. It's very, very simple. It's a very simple dish. We have, and there's variations of it, but this is the basic, this is the main coddle. What I would consider completely illegal in coddle is the likes of carrots or peas or anything like that. What we do have is bacon, nice chunks of bacon. Back in the day, they didn't have meat like this. They would use rashers. You know, back bacon, they would use rashers, whatever they had, or ribs. They might use bacon ribs, which I like to put in the odd time. But nowadays, we have a little bit more access to meat, so we have bacon pieces, about pound and a half, I suppose, for a big meal. Sausages. I'm using sausages from a local artisan butcher's, pork sausages. Any good pork sausage, at least the pork content of it, at least 70% or more, you know. So a good pork sausage. Potatoes, diced, cubed, whatever. I use roosters, which are a very good, versatile, all-round potato. They're great for stewing, they're great for roasting, they're great for chips, the whole lot. So rooster potatoes and an onion. Okay, water, salt and pepper. How much of everything? I mean, this is how much of everything, guys. I don't measure. Try asking an Irish mammy how much you put in. I was never told. I just learned by doing it myself, you know. So it's fairly straightforward. The meat, onions, water and seasoning all go in, get cooked up to a boil, simmer for as long as you can, then add the spuds, boil again, simmer right down, and that's it really. Water, there's what, a litre in this. I use about a litre, maybe a litre and a half, you know. So everything goes in. You got your onions, bacon, don't splash everywhere, Mark. Sausage. Do you know what? Forget the salt. You don't need it. There's too much salt in this bacon. Loads of pepper, plenty of pepper. That's a litre of water. I'll probably add a little bit more along with the potatoes, but a litre of water and a load of pork products. Let me get it cooking. So it's very simple. On the heat, bring it to the boil it well for a couple of minutes, down to a simmer, and you leave it for as long as you can. You know, you want to leave it simmer for a long time until all the meat is cooked. Then you'll add the spuds, bring it back to the boil, reduce down to a simmer again, and leave it till it's all cooked. Preferably turn it off, leave it overnight, and then the next day heat it up, and that's when it's absolutely fabulous. Right, so here we have it come to the boil. So what we'll do is we'll move that onto a lower heat, and we will put the lid on it and let it simmer for, I don't know guys, I'd give that a couple of hours, you know, myself. It'll be cooked after 20 minutes, well, 30 minutes, but give it a couple of hours, you know, let the flavour come through, and then we'll get the spuds added in, and maybe a small bit more water. It's quite dense with meat there. And then after, on this occasion, about an hour and 20 minutes of simmering and boiling, we will add the spuds, bring it back to the boil, and back to a simmer, and leave it, as Mad Rooney would say, for ages. So it's very rustic, artisan, old school. There are no thickening agents used, no roux, nothing. It's just left for the spuds to break down and the meat juices to come out, and it thickens itself to a degree and makes magnificent, a fantastic rustic stew that's just marvellous on a winter's evening or after a few pints. Good morning. Now, I did tell you and I warned you, it's not going to be attractive. We've left it overnight, and there we have a magnificent coddle. Now, there's not much grease on top, so the bacon we used mustn't have been terribly fatty, but that's essentially it. Looks terribly unattractive, barely edible, but a coddle is a thing of beauty. Hence the saying, you're a model for a coddle here in Ireland. But when that's heated up, brought back to a boil and a simmer, it'll be beautiful. Some of the spuds are going to break down and thicken the juice, and all that fat will melt back in, and it will be beautiful. Fiddly diddly diddly dee potatoes. Okay, we're ready to lift our coddle unceremoniously without even a ladle, because coddle is so versatile. I brought it to work for my lunch. So here we have the finished product, all ready to go. Nice decent bowlful. Smells fantastic. A lot of the potato have broken down into the juice to thicken it up, so we've got a nice stew consistency. The bacon is so tender it's falling apart, and of course our boiled sausages. Let me have a taste. Oh yeah, oh, it's fantastic. Some bread for mopping up, and maybe even a bottle of stout to wash it down. Dublin Coddle. All the best, folks. Give it a go, try it. Don't be scared off by it.
Well, my little leprechauns, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Scott Reed Project, and what Mr. Rooney fails to tell you is he has won awards for his coddle, so he knows his potatoes, shall we say. I do apologise for that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I do apologise, like I said, he never had the kit that I have here, but I think you'll agree it's a cracking dish, so yeah, definitely give it a go, especially on Paddy's Day with a pint of Guinness. What more can you ask? Anyway, thanks for watching. You know the drill, folks. Please click subscribe. Also find me on my social media, Facebook Scott Ree or the Scott Ree Project. Also on my Twitter at the Scott Ree Project. So until next time, take it easy, my friend. My God, I'm going to get my ass kicked for this.